Albanian psycho, a destroyer who's ready to go from authors of pain to knuckles of pain. His opponent, Dan Kurt, aims to knock him out and steal the spotlight. The co-main event is a collision of rising forces. Matty the Hammer Hodgson versus the undefeated Sean the Butcher Weir. Power, pride, and momentum are all on the line. Then, in the main event, the vacant UK Heavyweight Championship hangs in the balance as former world champion Mick Terrell battles Ghost McFarlane. Terrell wants another title and a road back to World Championship glory. For McFarlane, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, the kind of victory that changes everything. Who will stand tall in the UK? Live from Utilita Arena, this is BKFC Fight Night Newcastle. And it starts right now!
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is presented by Bucked Up. Feel like $1,000,000. Along the cold waters of the River Tyne, in a city where toughness is a way of life, Newcastle, England, plays host tonight to the baddest athletes on the planet, and they are ready to leave it all on the line inside the squared circle tonight. And we're going to get things started with our preview, just to get you primed and ready for tonight's championship main card live on the BKFC app. 3 fights that can steal the show, and they are all on the house for you tonight. And in our co-main event, 2 light heavyweights clash in a guaranteed banger. It's Wishaw's own Sean Weir standing across from 3-1 contender Wakefield's Matty Hodgson. Time to knuckle up. Finally, Mick Terrell has had a storied career in BKFC that includes a world title victory. But it's been over a year since he held that title. And now newcomer Ghost McFarlane is ready to spook the former champ tonight and leave a huge first impression on the BKFC. And we are expecting a capacity crowd here tonight in the Utilita Arena in Newcastle. And this, not just the UK, is our international home away from home, because it most certainly is, but Newcastle, 6 historic times inside this city, and they love their fighters guaranteed. And tonight is going to be no different, because 2026, as you've seen, is looking like it is going to be the best year in the history of the BKFC based on Knucklemania 6. Everything we've done, it's only going to get better from here. In fact, we are expecting a special announcement tonight that could definitely shake the core of one of our divisions here in the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. That being said, it is going to be an incredible year. And as we get into spring, right here, March and April, we got a lot to be excited about. Coming up next week, it's going to be a big Friday night at the Hard Rock. It is March 20th, Hard Rock Hollywood. An incredible night of fights. A lot of championships are on the line. And then we go back to the Northeast to one of our favorite arenas, the Mohegan Sun. Another incredible night of fights there. Parker Porter on top of the card there. And then we move into the month of April. It is going to be the debut of Fight Club. It's happening at the 2300 Arena, the ECW Arena, and it is something that you'll never see before. That's April 7th, and it is going to be a special night. And then, folks, we are going to get laid in Hawaii. Yes, we're going to Hawaii, Honolulu. We're making our debut in the great state of Hawaii, and it's looking to be a stacked card for that one. Then we move it on down to Denver, back to the Rockies, and what is looking like a fantastic matchup. Chris Camozzi on top of the card against Esteban Rodriguez. It is going to be a very special night with that cruiserweight title on the line. And then jump on your hog and cruise on down to Clearwater. That's right, the OCC Roadhouse plays host once again to another incredible night there in Clearwater. Folks, Are you kidding me? BKFC.com, that's where you got to go. We want to get you there. We want to get you the tickets, and we want you to be a part of what we got going on tonight. You can catch it all in the app. The first 3 fights are free. It's our free view, so let's go to Sean Wheelock and Chris Lytle and get it cracking.
Thanks very much, Cyrus. Chris, 2 very powerful strikers in our main event. The winner becomes the first ever BKFC UK heavyweight titleist. From England, Mick Terrell versus from Scotland, Jay McFarlane.
Powerful is right, but they're very big as well. Mick Terrell usually the bigger fighter every time he's out there. Not this time. McFarlane, huge. He's 6'4", 273 pounds. A lot of boxing experience. One bare knuckle fight. He transitioned very well, very fast hands. He wants to come in and dominate this heavyweight division. However, not yet. He's dealing with Mick Terrell. Mick has been one of our greatest heavyweights, former champ, and why? This guy has power in his hand, especially that right hand. Every time he lands a right hand, he does damage. You can see against Shoemaker, landing the right hand, putting him down. Again, every time he can land that right hand, little uppercut inside. I mean, that's all it takes. Look at the power he possesses. And Banks is an extremely tough guy to hurt and to knock down. And every time he landed the big right hand, a lot of damage was done. Had him all over the place. Legs not there. This is what Mick Terrell does. He waits for the right time. Former champ, AJ Adams, that right hand crushing Lorenzo Hunt. Uppercut with that right. Anytime he can get in position, land that right hand, he's doing damage. He says that's what he's going to do tonight. Double jab, right hand, get in, land those powerful shots, hurt his opponent, put him down, introduce him to bare knuckle the proper way.
Tonight's fight odds are presented by BetBKFC.com.
Man, there's so much money to be made if you're really paying attention. There's a couple fights I love. I really love Louis Garside at -139. And if you want to go with an underdog, if you're feeling lucky, you want to go with Sean Weir. This guy's looked phenomenal for us. Gets up off the canvas to win. I love those 2 fights.
Alp Nicotine Pouches presents the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting, administered this evening by the ISKA. Punching in the active clinch is allowed. All kicks, knees, and elbows are illegal, as are all takedowns and submissions. Here in Newcastle, England, with a bout in the lightweight division. The numbers presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink for Stu Martin versus Jordan Burnett.
Okay, Sean, main difference, 5'9" to 6'2", big height advantage for Burnett, as well as 4-inch reach advantage. He wants to utilize that to make Martin pay for trying to get inside.
From Dublin, Ireland, Jordan Burnett, now set for his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. Burnett has a huge following on social media. In addition to now with this bout becoming a BKFC fighter, he is also a fight promoter and a ring announcer in his native Republic of Ireland.
Doing it all, Sean. You have to like that. And a lot of people don't quite understand the big difference here. They say they're all from Great Britain. Now, that is true, however. Don't say that to these guys. If you're from England, if you're from Wales, if you're from Scotland, oh, these guys do not want to be all considered and lumped in. There's a lot of national pride going on at this moment.
Indeed, on this card, fighters from England, Wales, Scotland, as well as the Republic of Ireland. From Bolton, England, Stu Martin set for his BKFC debut.
We talked about it earlier, Stu. A little bit less of a reach advantage. You have to think he wants to get inside, get into his area, into the pocket, throw punches in that range, get underneath that jab, close the distance, close the gap. Probably doesn't want to stay out in Burnett's range the entire time, but we shall see.
The first of 13 bouts for you on this absolutely stacked BKFC Fight Night Newcastle card. us started, we send it into the ring with Cyrus Fees.
Good evening, Newcastle! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Utility Arena. And for the 6th time, we are back in Newcastle with the baddest athletes on the planet, live around the world on the BKFC app. This is Fight Night Newcastle! And we will start with our BKFC Freeview. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 5 2-minute rounds in the BKFC lightweight division, presented by Bucked Up. Feel like $1,000,000. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6'2", making his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Finglas, Dublin, Ireland. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan, the upset, Burnett. And now his opponent, standing across the ring and fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5'9" tall, also making his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Bolton, England, ladies and gentlemen, Stu Tank Martin. And your referee when the action begins, Chris Batcheldor.
Firefighter and referee Chris Batcheldor calling both fighters up to scratch. BKFC debut for both the Englishman, Stu Martin, the Irishman, Jordan Burnett. Round number 1. White trunks for Burnett, black trunks for Martin. Burnett looking for the rear right bolo punch. Burnett, 6'2", is a 155-pounder. He takes that big right hand from the 5'9" Stu Martin.
Stu Martin closed that gap quickly, jumped in, landed that big right hand. A lot of damage done so far. I'm not sure if he's getting up, Sean. Oh, looked like he was wobbly.
Up at 8.5 is Jordan Burnett.
And you have to think Burnett's coming hard.
Burnett heavy to the inside, a big right hand. Working into the clinch, now comes Stu Martin to push away from Burnett, trying to get space. 70 seconds remaining, round number 1. There's the jab from Martin. Martin, another big overhand right.
I'm impressed Burnett was able to take that. He's kind of wanting to come back hard himself. He needs to gain his opponent's respect right now, because if he tries to sit here and take it like this, he's going to get knocked out again.
Again, there's that overhand right. Counter left hook from Burnett. Martin continually getting into the inside, trying to solve that reach and range advantage of the Irishman, Jordan Burnett. Burnett now cut right side of his nose. Heavy overhand right again in the left hand from the Englishman, Stu Martin.
Burnett is taking these punches better. I think he was just cold the first time, got hit hard, put down. He's showing he does have a fairly good chin.
25 seconds remaining, round number 1. Stiff jab into the right eye of Jordan Burnett. Big right hand.
Man.
15 seconds remaining in the first round. Martin continues to have a strong opening round.
Burnett took another massive shot. He continues to take shots. Jeez.
That right hand is there for Stu Martin in round number 1. Overhand rights, right uppercuts. There's the stagger. Burnett down just before the bell. Again, you cannot be saved by the bell in any round under the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting. And here is the count from Chris Batcheldor.
Is he going to get up? Okay, now he needs to get up and get back to the corner.
There's the assessment from Batcheldor. Excellent refereeing. And now that ends round number 1.
And Burnett needed that. Burnett needed that bad. He needed that round to be over. He has to come back and regroup. It was that initial right hand. Boom, right on the button, as you can see. Put him down. I didn't know if he was going to get up. You could tell it really rung his bell. It took him a minute. He stepped in beautifully, did Martin, with that overhand right. That's always the kryptonite if you're the taller guy. That overhand right is the best punch to throw. It gets in, it lands on the chin often. Exactly what happened. Afterwards, Martin did another good job of landing hard rights. Burnett took those very well until the very end.
You saw our crafted replay, presented by Forged Irish Stout.
And let's see what both fighters are able to adjust in this fight. If Burnett's going to be able to figure out the range, move a little bit more, make his opponent pay for coming in, or if Martin's going to keep coming in, throwing, oh, it's over.
This fight is over, and victory in his bare knuckle fighting championship debut for Stu Martin. The fight ends between rounds 1 and 2.
I'm wondering what was the cause of the stoppage. Did Burnett say, you know what, this isn't for me? Or, I don't know.
We will find out from Cyrus Fees officially. It's one of 3 things: a fighter retirement from Burnett, corner stoppage in the Burnett right corner, or a physician stoppage. That's semantics. What is not is that the victory belongs to Stu Martin. Martin, 5'9" against the 6'2" Jordan Burnett. Knew that he had to come to the inside. Martin brilliant, entering the overhand right that dropped Burnett. Martin continuing throughout round number 1 to land the overhand right, land the right uppercuts, get to the inside, the knockdown literally in the last second of round number 1, and the stoppage before we get to round 2 on the stool. Here's Cyrus Fees.
Well, I mean, to me, that was a great job of assessing range. A fight in this manner, when you have a little bit of a reach, it's all about the range. Who's going to fight, where they want to fight to happen. In that situation, Martin did a good job of pushing off that back foot, getting into range, throwing the overhand right. People always think when you have a smaller guy, it's, you know, they don't necessarily, the taller guy has the advantage, but if you can throw these punches, you slip underneath and you throw overhands, you know where their chin's going to be. It's harder to hit the chin of a smaller guy. They can move, they head movement, they duck. Hard to do that for a taller guy, so Martin was able to land that right on the button, and it worked out perfectly for him.
Now Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends at the end of round 1 due to TKO by corner retirement. Getting his first win in the BKFC, Stu Tank Martin.
And once again, great job done by Martin. Controlled the range well, fought when he wanted to, where he wanted to, landed the powerful shots. That's what it takes in bare knuckle.
Jordan Burnett was definitely game, but Stu Martin was on point. Heavy overhand rights and right uppercuts. Martin continually to the inside. A great start to this fight for Martin, dropping Burnett. The second knockdown coming literally in the last second of round number 1, and the fight ends between rounds 1 and 2. Victorious by way of round 1 TKO, Stu Martin defeats Jordan Burnett. Featherweights for you now. The numbers presented by Fubo TV for Jeff Saunders versus Bartek Kabay.
Sean, tail the tape, extremely similar. Both guys 5'9", only 1 inch reach difference. Fists almost exact same size. Nobody with the advantage from tail the tape.
Bartek Kabay, the poll now based here in England, set for fight number 5 in BKFC, his 7th overall across all promotions in the sport of bare knuckles. Kabay has 2 victories in bare knuckle fighting championship, the most recent of which occurred April 2024. Kabay defeated Bakhtiyor Kadrultov by first round TKO.
And experience is everything in this sport. This being his 5th just for the promotion for BKFC, to give him a good feeling of confidence, understanding this is different for his opponent. He better jump all over him right away, not let him get any ring experience. That's what I would advise.
Jeff Saunders now set for fight number 1 in bare knuckle fighting championship. Saunders 17-1 in his outstanding professional boxing career. And Chris, so often on our BKFC UK cards, we are seeing very high-level professional boxers coming right into BKFC. In the United States, the trend is more with fighters such as yourself coming from high-level MMA. In England, we definitely see high-level MMA fighters, but we're seeing a lot more percentage-wise high-level boxers in England than we are in the U.S.
Couldn't agree more. And here's the thing, Sean. They haven't necessarily done that well. A few of them have, but a lot of them, it just looks like they haven't taken the time, the energy, the effort to transition, to understand this isn't boxing with no gloves. This is bare knuckle. This is BKFC. It's way different. So let's see here if Saunders has been able to train properly, understand range, understand the clinch, if he's been able to take his time and really prepare for the fight, or if he thinks this is a boxing match.
We go to Cyrus Beach.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your next bout is 5 2-minute rounds at the BKFC Featherweight division. This bout presented by Fubo TV. Introducing first the fighter out of the red corner. He stands 5'9" tall, weighing in at 145.8 pounds. Coming into tonight, 2 wins and 2 defeats. Fighting out of Workington, England, I give you Bartek, the Polish plowboy, Kabay. And now his opponent standing across the ring and fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5'9" tall, weighing in at 145.4 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut, fighting out of Sedgefield, England, Jeff Saunders. Your referee when the action begins, Alan Jackson.
Intrigue surrounding this 145-pound fight. Bartek Kabay, and this is his 7th bare knuckle bout. Jeff Saunders, 17-1 in pro boxing. This is his inaugural bare knuckle fight. And of course, with that, his BKFC debut. Round number 1, white trunks for the Englishman, Jeff Saunders. Black trunks for the Pole, now based in England, Bartek Kabay. Kabay heavy to the inside, into the clinch. Turn, you see the grip up from Saunders. Separation from Alan Jackson, good refereeing right back to it. Saunders to the jab. Double jab in for Kabay. There's the right hand right back from Saunders.
And you have to think Saunders is going to want to clinch him every time they get in close. It's not going to be his forte. He's going to stay out here and trade punches.
Then to the inside comes Kabay. Inactive on the clinches, ruled by Alan Jackson. Back to the mid-range for Jeff Saunders.
You can already see the good left hand for Saunders. Landing hooks, jabs, says to keep the range.
Kabay dipping his head into the head chancery of Saunders. There's the separation again. Saunders now moving backwards, but looking comfortable to do that. Throw the naked right hand. Now the right uppercut from Jeff Saunders. That was slick.
Saunders is looking fairly slick with his abilities.
Slick, though, with that right hook from Bartek Kabay. That lands flush.
It's a good left hand being thrown and landed by Saunders, but Kabay is coming to fight.
Walk down pressure from Bartek Kabay on the inside. Kabay again solving the distance. Saunders circling out. Kabay through the center circle, left hook. 35 seconds remaining, round number 1. Good fluidity from the pole, Bartek Kabay.
And these guys, they look very, very comfortable already in this fight. Oh.
Shack left hook from the Englishman, Jeff Saunders. Back and forth we go here in round number 1.
You can see Saunders has done his homework. He understands what he needs to do in this sport. He's not getting abused in the clinch. He's trained.
Final seconds, an entertaining opening round, which both Jeff Saunders and Bartek Kabay have had their moments. Though largely the pressure forward has been from Bartek Kabay, we go to round 2.
That was a huge round just for the confidence of Saunders, in my opinion. He took some punches. He understands what it's like to hit with the bare knuckle. I feel like his skill is better than Kabay's at this point. He was starting to land good, solid shots, a lot of jabs, a lot of left hooks. He's done a lot of damage to Kabay's face. Kabay has got to make this a dirty, rough fight. He can't sit there and try and out-slick Saunders. Kabay needs to try and get into his opponent's face, make this a dirty, rugged, rough fight. Man, look at that eye. Kabay already swollen up nicely. And those were the nice jabs that were being landed by Saunders. Saunders' eyes were really starting to see these punches coming, understanding the difference with gloves and no gloves.
Slight delay. Very small issue with the wrap on the left hand of Jeff Saunders. Now up to scratch, round number 2.
Look at the head movement really starting for Saunders. Really understand the range.
There's a hard left hand on the turn. Kabay on the right hand. Turned right back from Saunders, but he takes the right uppercut from Bartek Kabay.
You can see Kabay understands the urgency, the sense of urgency he's showing right now. He needs to really mix this up.
There's the right hand lands from Kabay. He's been relentless this far in this fight, Chris, coming forward.
Yeah.
Right hand again from Bartek Kabay.
But good turn by Saunders. I mean, once again, you can tell he's trained in the arts of bare knuckle.
Saunders off of the jab. Saunders continues to look very fluid, moving forward and moving backward. And now circling and looking fluid is Jeff Saunders.
But that's where Saunders is doing his best. He's backing up just enough, getting just out of range every time. Kabay throws a wild hook, he gets out just enough, and he can fire back with his own shots. That's beautiful.
Naked right hand again from Saunders. More blood under the right eye of Bartek Kabay as that now is starting to fully pop. Hook jab from Saunders. Saunders looking comfortable. Throwing over his back foot. Lands the left hand. The second one was when Kabay was down. And here comes the mandatory 8 count from referee Alan Jackson.
And Kabay, maybe he should have just stayed down for a second because he did get hit on the ground. He hopped up right away, and he is hurt. Look at that eye.
Alan Jackson now addressing with a soft warning to Jeff Saunders, the illegal punch on the ground. Just a soft warning, definitely the knockdown counts. We fight on closing stages of round number 2. Right hand knockdown number 2 for Jeff Saunders.
And Saunders is feeling it at this point. He knows his opponent is tired. He's throwing these looping shots. He can hit him in between. Kabay's in huge trouble at this point, Sean.
Jeff Saunders really finding his rhythm, his range here in round number 2. The right hand, the left hand, we move to round 3.
And where Saunders is really dominating is this range. He's pulling out of range just enough to avoid the shot and firing back immediately. I talk about it all the time. We do the seminars, we do the trials. Avoid and then make them pay. And this is exactly what Saunders is doing. I mean, just look at these unanswered shots. Kabay being just so tough coming forward the entire time, but taking shots, you can't keep doing that. Kabay really needs to get inside immediately, try to land a punch that changes. He can't throw these looping shots and expect to hit someone like Saunders. 17-1 in pro boxing. He's going to avoid those and fire back. Needs to get inside, push the pace, really throw hard shots on the inside, but he has to make this a dirty, rough, rugged fight.
An outstanding round number 2 for Jeff Saunders. Twice dropping Bartek Kabay. Kabay showing his determination, his toughness. Round number 3. There's a right hand again, lands from Saunders. Left hook, double left hand. This is slick from Saunders on the volume. Another right hand and knockdown number 3.
I mean, Kabay's just standing in front of him in the winging shots. He's got to get in, push him around, get him off balance. He's not getting up, Sean.
Up at 10. Alan Jackson stops this fight, and welcome, with emphasis, to BKFC, Jeff Saunders.
That was an impressive performance. It was just his ability to understand range and distance and timing, avoided shots, made his opponent pay. Wow, that was a nice debut.
A solid round number one for Jeff Saunders, and then Saunders finding his rhythm, finding his range, twice dropping Bartek Kanabay in round number two, and then finishing to pull Bartek Kanabay is the Englishman Jeff Saunders here in round three.
And you can see the end of that Kanabay just done. He'd been taking too many shots. He showed his toughness because he walked through so many of them, but he got tired. He's winging shots. He's getting hit at will. Saunders looked very good.
Again, Jeff Saunders entering this his bare knuckle fighting championship debut, 17-1 in his really impressive and high-level pro boxing career. And Chris, as you talked about before this fight, we've seen two distinct types of high-level boxers come to BKFC. The ones who treat this as bare knuckle fighting, and the ones who think this is simply boxing without gloves. Those have usually done so to their peril. The fighters such as Jeff Saunders, who you can see through that display, have really studied the sport, understanding the clinch, the infighting, the movement, the grips, the hand positioning, the punches, doing exceedingly well. That is a quality win for Jeff Saunders against the ultra tough and talented Bartek Kanabay.
Yeah, you can tell when the boxers decide that they're going to treat this the way they should, they do well. If they just think this is boxing, they don't do so well.
Here's Cyrus Fees.
At 28 seconds into round number three, your winner, due to TKO by referee stoppage and getting his first win in the BKFC, Jeff Saunders.
And we talk about how important experience is in this sport. Mark my words, his next fight, Saunders will be even better.
A strong start to this featherweight fight for the always relentless Bartek Kanabay. Kanabay continually coming forward. Saunders, though, finding his rhythm, finding his range in round two, twice dropping Kanabay in the second round, and then Saunders in full control to the finish in round three. The winner, by way of third round TKO, Jeff Saunders defeats Bartek Kanabay.
Want to wear the same gear your favorite fighters wear? You can do that at bareknuckleshop.com, from sweatshirts to t-shirts, hats, and everything in between, with fits and looks for everyone. You'll also score exclusive items and limited drops you won't find anywhere else. And right now is the time to buy. Knuckle up and save at bareknuckleshop.com.
The heavyweight division we go. James Walker versus Kasim Salem. Our tale of the tape is presented by Rasha.
James Walker enjoying 2-inch height advantage, but that 4-inch reach advantage, a bigger fist. He's going to want to decide when and where this fight happens, and he better keep it long because his opponent, Salem, has a good weight advantage on him. He could lean on him and wear him down.
From Scotland, Kasim Salem, set for fight number one promotionally in BKFC. Salem enters 1-0 in the sport of bare knuckle. He's also 6-2 in professional boxing.
Once again, the bigger fighter, weighing in about 260 plus. I don't know what that is in stone, Sean, maybe 40 or 50 or 6. I don't know, who knows?
Chris, I don't know stone, and I do not know metric.
Yeah, no, we're American. We don't need that. I don't know, but this is, he weighs a lot. Let's just say that. A lot of stones. I don't know, but If he can get inside, push his opponent around, wear him down, could be a game plan because his opponent does have a little bit of a reach advantage. Take that away, get inside, then those overhands, work the body.
Final check from outside referee for this bout, Alan Jackson.
Now, Sean, you just don't know really what to expect from a lot of these boxers. We just saw Saunders look phenomenal. They have the skill, but do they have the training?
From here in England, James Walker enters 1-0 in BKFC. Walker's bare knuckle fighting championship debut occurred February of last year when he defeated Jan Soletsky by unanimous decision.
And man, he was dynamite in that fight. So let's see if he can repeat that. He can keep coming against shorter opponent, less reach. If he can dominate the range, like we talk about it all the time, Sean. Reach is a real advantage if you utilize it. If you get inside, you totally take that away. You stay outside, pop the jab, you make him pay. Every time he tries to step in, you land that two, you land the jab, and you move. Then it's a real advantage.
Chris, I love the Good Times reference. I don't know if Good Times was popular here in the UK. I'm not sure if it was on BBC Two or ITV or just missed entirely.
Well, and Sean, I mean, if we're showing our age here, I'm not sure people even know what that was if they were here in the United States. I don't know.
Here's Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 5 2-minute rounds in the BKFC heavyweight division. This bout is presented by Russia. Introducing first, the fighter on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6'4" tall, weighing in at 265.2 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut, fighting out of Dumfries, Scotland, Qasim Salim. And now his opponent standing across the ring and fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6'6" tall, weighing in at 241.4 pounds. Coming into tonight, 1 win and 0 defeats. Fighting out of Washington, England. I give you James Sugarman Walker. Your referee when the action begins, Chris Batcheldor.
Chris Batcheldor now calling both fighters up to scratch. England versus Scotland in the heavyweight division, round number 1. Blue trunks for the Englishman, James Walker. Black trunks for the Scot, Qasim Salim. Fast jab immediately from Walker, but it did not land. Good pull defensively from Salim.
It's like Salim's leaning back, looking to throw that overhand right when the time is right.
Fast jab again for Walker. 6'6" to Salim 6'4". See the hand movement of Salim? Diversionary hand movement, trying to work to the mid-range.
Salim leaning back quite a bit, trying to avoid the jab from his opponent. Could be good unless he gets hit hard with the overhand right.
The left hook not there for Salim. Feeling out process, doubling his left hand Walker, but not there. Walker again on the long jab. Good pull back again from Qasim Salim. Walker in the center circle, staying long. Call for action from referee Chris Batcheldor. There's the left hand or right hand. Salim heavy to the inside. Double overhooks. Gets the separation from James Walker. 55 seconds remaining, round number 1. See the bounce in the step of Walker. Salim staying elusive, moving laterally, feigning with the left hand on the open chest. There's the right hand, left hand, and a swing and a miss on the counter from Salim. Salem, though, Chris, loading up that rear right hand.
You can just see he's waiting for his opponent to get in position when he can unload that right hand.
There's that fast jab again from Walker, and that landed. Right hand, there's the duck under. Separation from Bachelor, keeping this heavyweight fight moving. Mouthpiece out, mouthpiece right back in. Getting late here in round number 1. Clean right hand lands from Walker. Salem took that exceedingly well.
And Walker is starting to do a good job of doing what we talked about earlier, utilizing that reach, staying long, making his opponent pay for trying to get inside.
From the clinch, there's the bell. Next stop, round 2.
Definitely an interesting feel-out round. You see, we talked about Walker really trying to figure out the range, stand his ground, make his opponent try and come forward and jab him, counter with the right hand. Salem still trying to figure out how to get inside and land that right hand.
This is our 3rd and final prelim of this 13-bout stacked BKFC Fight Night Newcastle card. When this bout concludes, so does our preview. Scan the QR code on your screen to watch the remaining 10 fights of our main card as we're live tonight in the north of England. Seconds out called. Set for round number 2.
And Salem has got to make sure this doesn't turn into an outside fight. But he's kind of waiting for his opponent to come in so he can counter the overhand right.
We've had a call of knuckle up from referee Chris Bachelor. To round number 2 we go. There's the jab. Salem could not land that. Check left hook. Big right hand, and that drops Kassim Salem.
Salem trying to get inside. Didn't come in far enough. Got in his opponent's range, trying to throw his own punch and got hit.
Here's the mandatory 8 count given by Chris Bachelor to Kassim Salem. Right back to it.
Let's see if Walker tries to finish it.
Walker flooring, there's the right hand again, in and out comes James Walker. Walker on the overhand right. Salem suddenly playing a lot of defense now into the clinch on the over-unders. 65 seconds remaining round 2.
And Salem really has to focus on his defense. He's having trouble throwing anything straight, looping shots. Walker seeing him coming from a mile away.
Salem opened his chest, back to the bladed. Orthodox stance, now almost in southpaw, open chested again is Kassim Salem. 40 seconds remaining round 2, and again the hard entry on the right hand from James Walker. Walker, you see, has a cut on the back of his head, blood flowing freely.
Does Salem not understand you're allowed to hit in the clinch? He keeps looking at the referee for help.
Salem 6-2 in pro boxing. He is 1-0 in the sport of bare knuckle, but this is his BKFC debut.
David Feldman urging them on in the background.
There's the right hand. In the world of cuts, relatively innocuous on the back of James Walker's head, but blood flowing dramatically down his back. We move to round 3.
And Salem has got to start straightening out these punches a little bit. They're just too wide. Very telegraphed.
That's really good refereeing from Chris Bachelor. He said to Salem, you have to fight, I'll break it when I say we break it. And that's exactly, Chris, what Chris Bachelor was talking about.
Fight.
Listen, you need to get a bit aggressive with him now, but you've got to do it calculated. I promise you, work the body and then go upstairs. Every time you throw low, his hands come up. But listen, you need to plant your feet on some of these shots. Yeah?
Cut on the back of the head, and I like what the corner of Salem is telling him. Go to the body. He's telegraphing these punches upstairs. Walker's getting out of the way, throwing straight punches.
Through the opening 2 rounds, 1 knockdown has been recorded, that by James Walker in round number 2. Salim was on the canvas, less than half a second, popped up, took the mandatory 8 count. But then James Walker, the rest of the way in round number 2, really controlling well from just this range, Chris. Outside range where he can step in with the right hand.
Yeah, I mean, he's fighting where he wants to. Salim's not getting inside, and he's not going to the body thus far.
Walker continuing to load up on that overhand right from range just like that, the downward 2. There's the jab again from Walker. Salim still trying to work his way to the mid-range. Jab to the body. There's the clean right hand. Mouthpiece out. Bobbled. Mouthpiece right back in.
I mean, he should get something for catching it.
When I was a soccer commentator, Chris, I would have said spilled by the goalkeeper. 70 seconds remaining round 3. Right hand, left hand. Now Salim to the inside.
But look how wide these punches are. Makes it very easy for Walker just to put his hands up in defense.
Clean 3-punch combination. The left hook really getting through the second of those 3 punches. More forward pressure. Right hand again from James Walker. 50 seconds remaining round 3. Walker again on the right hand. Knockdown number 2.
And I mean, Salim might just want to stay down. I'm not seeing what he's going to do at this point to change it. He's throwing wide body punches and headshots that are clearly easy to see for Walker.
We'll see how hard now James Walker goes for the finish.
And on the inside, Salim doesn't want to really appear to try and clinch and do any damage.
Walker again on the right hand. He has been landing that effectively from a multitude of angles. He's also been doing that, landing that clean one, that clean long-range jab. James Walker feeling as though he's in full control, knocking down Salim in round 2, again in round 3. No one, though, has won anything yet. Big exhale from Qasim Salim as we move to round 4.
And Salim looks clearly frustrated and almost a little confused. He can't quite figure out how to fight his bigger opponent. Just continuing to wail on his opponent, who wasn't even looking up. Makes it very difficult to block when you don't see where the punches are coming from. Good body shot by Walker, and just continually throwing punches and landing punches. Once again, the corner of Salim telling the right thing. Go to the body, try that, and then go upstairs.
Relatively even round number 1. And then James Walker dropping Qasim Salim in round 2. Again in round number 3 to round 4 we go. Credit to Salim, though. He has shown his toughness twice off of the canvas, and he has walked through some very big jabs and very big overhand rights of James Walker. And on cue, there's the big jab, long range from Walker. Salim working to the inside. The inactivity. Immediately on the smart restart from Chris Batchelor.
Oh, good right hand by Walker. Man, Salim walked right through it.
Salim walking through that to histrionics, talking to Walker. Walker on the jab again. You see the bladed stance, the body language of Walker, feeling very good about things with 80 seconds remaining round 4.
Well,
hands low, fast jabs from Walker.
Walker feels like he can see every time his opponent tries to come inside. Not letting it happen, making him pay.
Hands low is not bad technique from James Walker, just the opposite. His technique has been outstanding. It's the confidence, hands low, trying to bait in Qasim Salim from the outside to that to the inside. Left hook, big right hand. Knockdown number 3.
And once again, that should be it. I'm not sure there's a path to victory for Salim at this point. I guess he could land a wild shot, but does he want to fight?
Salim, to his credit, again off of the canvas. For the 3rd time in this fight. Walker on the hook jab. But it's Walker playing all offense, and Salim right now playing all defense. Swing and a miss on the right hand from Qasim Salim. Again, there's that up jab from James Walker. Now a jab to the body. Right hand, another right hand. Walker doubling that up left hook. One-way traffic for the Englishman, James Walker, versus the Scot, Kassim Salim, here in Newcastle, England. We move to the 5th and final round.
And let's just see what the corner says here for Salim. I mean, is it just about showing your toughness at this point? Or do they think he could throw a punch and can do enough damage? Or are they going to call it? You see here, just target practice. Looks like the fight's over.
This fight ends between rounds 4 and 5. And James Walker, most definitely a heavyweight to watch in BKFC. He is now 2-0.
And I like how that ended. I'm not sure if the referee ended. I would imagine it was a corner because you could just tell your fighter was done. Nothing more to gain. Regroup and try again another time.
Kassim Salim was very elusive in round number 1, showed good movement, definitely showed his toughness, pulling himself off of the canvas 3 times. But James Walker, Chris, established his jab in the opening 15 seconds, was throwing the straight jab, the up jab, and using it to come in and then load up with those right hands.
Once again, we talked about range. It only works if you know how to use it. He did have the advantage. He had the reach advantage, but he had to make it work for him, and he did it beautifully. Salim was just outside trying to wing punches, trying to find his entry, trying to find a way to throw that overhand right, but you know, Walker never really let it happen.
Our strike stats presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
I mean, both guys a pretty good percentage, but man, look at the way more attempts, way more landed, way more knockdowns for Walker. I mean, I bet Walker's going to be excited and break out the Kool-Aid. Another Good Times reference, Sean. Remember JJ used to say that? Or yeah.
We go to Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight stops at the end of round number 4. Your winner by TKO due to corner retirement. And now 2-0, James Sugarman Walker. All right, James Walker, hang right here for a second because I know you got a lot of people in the house tonight. I heard that crowd get crazy. Where are you guys at? That has to feel good. I mean, that guy was not going away. He has a hard head. You hit him with a lot of shots, couldn't put him away, but finally you broke him down. How does that victory feel tonight?
You've got to win like that in front of these lot. Hey! I hope now, after this, I'm not just a prelim now, that's 2 on the prelims. I want to be on the proper card now from after this.
Hey, you keep doing things like this, you're going to be in main events before you know it. One more time, let's hear it for the Sugar Man, James Walker. Well, and that, folks, is the end of our preview. We keep it rolling at the top of the hour.
James Walker really showed me he understands this sport a lot better than he did the first time. Understands range and how to keep it. Looked phenomenal this time.
James Walker recording 3 knockdowns of Kassim Salim in rounds 2, 3, and 4. The end comes between rounds 4 and 5. The winner by way of 4th round TKO, James Walker defeats Kassim Salim.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is back with another night of mind-blowing action. In the main event, Bare Knuckle Fighting World Featherweight Champion King Kai Stewart defends his title against his toughest challenge to date, Miko the Iron Gaffey. In the co-main event, Cuban knockout artist Leonardo El Zombo Perdomo collides with the always dangerous Rashad Day Walker Coulter. Plus, Brian El Gallo Duran returns to fight Derek Rage Perez. Get ready to watch history unfold live on the BKFC app. Download it at BKFC.com.